trying to think of something. Oh, we just talked about all that stuff. And
I know, right?
Ran out of stuff to talk about with you. We had a little smoke.
There's always shit to talk about, man.
For sure.
It's just when it seems like anytime you're having a conversation and somebody turns a camera on you,
that's
a
when
microphone, your mind just fucking stops.
Turns off, 100%. And that's why I do this, dude. It kind of stirs it up a little bit just so you get comfortable.
Yeah.
And then, booyah, and it starts.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I like it. I like doing that. It's because it's like you said, man, it is a thing about cameras. Like some people, like I talked with Sean Asher about that. Like, some people just can't get in front of cameras, man. And it was because I guess you're trying to formulate this image.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like.
But the image should be you, real, like the real you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so what I did a few times. That's why I like doing a podcast. When I meet somebody, I was always shy about going up if I seen somebody famous or whatever, and go to rock shows and stuff. And I did a couple Ritz shows, and instead of going up and asking me, oh, can I get a selfie or whatever, I had my friend take the camera, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna go bullshit with him real quick, and you just take a picture. And it was just I wish I had it.
A genuine thing.
Yeah, it was just a natural picture of me and him having a conversation.
That's awesome.
I was like, that's perfect.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And that's why I like to try to do this kind of stuff, like, 'cause it sooner or later it sinks into where we're just talking.
Yeah.
And that's what's cool about it. Shit, dude. Oh, yeah, I'm going to count it now.
Sounds good.
3, 2, 1. You talking to me? I'm talking to you. And this is Talking to Me, Talking to You. And I got Jeremy Neal. What's up, man?
What's going on, brother?
Dude, I'm glad to get you in here.
Yes,
man.
Sorry, all the delay.
Yeah. We've had quite a few bookings, but you're here now. That's all that matters. Yeah. You're on the couch. But dude, I'm super excited to get you here. I just seen you at Rock the Vineyard.
Yes, I see you repping the shirt.
Shout out.
I didn't get one of those. I need to get one.
I know, dude. I literally asked for it.
I got the last two that we did, and honestly, it was a great time. That was incredible,
awesome.
man. We appreciate you doing the interview stuff. Can't wait to see that.
I am super excited to get into that and start editing that. I got a giant list of stuff I'm editing right now. It's crazy. I got this. I got that movie I'm working on. If I've talked to you about that stuff. But then that.
Hell, even the Latitude show. Yeah. Didn't you film all of that?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. That was when me and you kind of got formally introduced. Was like, hey, what's up, Will? Hey, what's up, Jerry? Yeah, that was cool, man. That was fun.
That was I think it was the kickoff of the year for me. I might have had like one or two shows that I didn't really promote before that. But
yeah, because I remember you were talking about playing out with Josh, or at least Josh had mentioned it, like playing out more, and then all of a sudden, boom, you had this huge list of shows. Yeah. So you've been starting to get real busy.
Well, I want to thank Josh right now for that, because I've had trouble booking myself, and it's a lot of just, I don't know, my own ego, probably. I try to keep
having
humble,
a standard,
and
maybe?
And then you got to talk to them, and they want to know about you and all this. I'm like, that's why people have agents and managers.
You're right. Yeah,
you just put it in their hands, so you go and you do your job.
Yeah.
And that's what I absolutely love doing that. And
yeah, but you seem you've gotten busy though. Like you said, Josh has helped you out, and that's good, man. I mean, playing out is like you've been playing music for a long time.
Yeah, since I was probably 7 or 8 years old. My uncles played, my dad's brothers, and their sons played, and I remember. We'd all have what we call jamborees down by, sit by a fire, and all the family would get together. And it had an old Yamaha guitar. It had 5 strings on it, which seems like a lot. I hear a lot of people's stories like that. Their first guitar they got was shitty, and it didn't have all the strings. You got to put a lot of work into it, but you fall in love with your passion is right then and there. And that's what happened to me. And I'm the one out of the family that just kept going with it.
Just kept doing it?
Yeah.
That's
Everybody
awesome.
else stopped, and, they dabble in it still, but I took it serious.
It's your true passion.
Yeah, I took it serious.
And I could tell, and so you came from a family of all playing.
Yeah, they just a lot of classic rock, 70s rock, and stuff like that.
And so you branched out to looking into what you do with your music. You do a lot of different stuff. Like you like rap music.
I love
you're
hip
huge.
hop.
You're huge in rock, obviously. That's like your main forte, but you do acoustic, many different stylings too, like
progressive rock and hip hop. Those are pretty much my go-to genres of music. And then obviously I do love the pop music and all that stuff. just good writing.
Influencing, of course.
Yeah, and just I respect the
good
craft.
Writing. Oh,
yeah,
that's how
writing
I
is crucial, man. Like
good song's a good song.
Very, very talented writers out there, and there's a lot of them that work behind the scenes and don't ever perform. You know, coming out of Nashville and stuff like that. Chris Stapleton was one he was a writer. He didn't really perform. Yeah.
Yep.
And then he comes out and sings and does what he does, and it's just incredible. So, yeah, there's a lot. And I started writing probably around junior high, and just on a pen and pad or typing it on a computer, printing them out, having sheets and ideas, and then I started recording, and I had it was like Acid Pro, a GarageBand, SoundForge.
Wait, GarageBand?
GarageBand.
You know, I have GarageBand on my phone.
Really?
Dude,
yeah.
I use it to make stuff for the movies I was
Dude, it's killer, man. Well, I started on a 4-track cassette recorder. It had 4 separate inputs, but they had to be, it wasn't multi-track, it was all once. And so we would set up drums, put some mics up, and just start recording on cassette. And that's when I got into just thinking, like, first of all, I love writing, and I also love recording.
Yeah.
And then I attended the workshop right out of high school, the recording workshop in Chillicothe, actually Masseyville, and went there, worked with Brian Brody and Derek Dixie for 10 years after that. They would always have me come up, students, sessions. Derek was fortunate enough to catch a break, and I'll tell you the story real quick about that.
Yeah.
So me and Josh go up, and we record a song I wrote called Sleeping In, and Derek played the drums and on a drum pad, and we just had an incredible night. Well, at the workshop, there's plaques all over the entire place of art, or engineers and stuff that have come out of there and done big things, from the Beatles, Madonna, just you name them. Somebody from that workshop has either been a live engineer, producer, or something. And Derek took a plaque off the wall of Beyonce, and he put it facing him while we recorded Sleeping In. And it wasn't a week or two after that, I get a call to come up to the workshop, and I go up there, and I'm like, where's Derek? I thought he was doing a session. And Brody's like, no, man, we got some serious news. I was like, okay. He's like, Derek just got offered like $20,000, an apartment in New York, and the job of his dreams to be director of music for Beyonce.
Oh, wow.
I'm thinking,
that's nuts.
And then there was more to it. He's like, and we're doing the Super Bowl. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And I obviously had an NDA I had to sign. I couldn't talk about any of that at the time.
Yeah.
And I was so happy for him, and obviously envious, because that's just a part of it. You're like, oh, man. But you watch someone's dreams come true. I watched it happen, and he's still doing it today, still working with her. It's been, since Beyonce did the Super Bowl. So those tracks that you hear, because they don't play live, it's all synced up. Brody and Derek recorded, 90% of that, and that was played through the Super Bowl.
That's super
just
sick.
In a matter of weeks, man. And he, just to see someone, like, you always hear about thoughts become things, or The Secret, which I consider to be bullshit sometimes, but the more I think about it, and now that I've grown up a lot, some of that shit might be real, man. Like, if you think about it hard enough, put it out there, maybe you do kind of create it, or the universe or something.
Are you talking about like Manifest Destiny?
Yeah, because he puts this plaque facing him of Beyonce, and he's just envisioning like his dreams, like what he wants to do. Like maybe his dream was to work with her, and he always had stuff. He would always talk like that. A very positive person. And for us to do that session, and I still have that song, and then see it actually manifest and happen for him.
Yeah.
Something so huge. Like, this is one of the biggest opportunities of your life, and then you get to take it.
Well, yeah, and I was just talking to Caden on the last podcast of literally about, like, I want to try to start visualizing things.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people...
Some people say, like, just write it on a board or something.
Yeah, and that helps because you'll see it and think about it. And, like, so I haven't started doing it yet, but I think that's part of that,
So,
and visualizing a place you could be and a possibility.
And going back to, like, when I used to write as a kid, I would also write my song list, and I would see it, and I would draw it up as an album, like 1 through 10.
Yeah.
Here's the song. I would put some artwork behind it.
I used to do that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I never did it, but I used to do that.
Well, and that's the thing. I've never really... I think I might have put out 3 albums in my entire music career, like officially printed them,
yeah.
recorded them in a studio or whatever, and they were just like little EPs and stuff, and then featured on Root Fest 9 album. That was pretty cool because it got to reach a lot of people.
I got that ticket right there. Yeah.
That was a fun show too.
That was the first.
Those guys did a lot over those years for the local.
I don't think I've told the story on the podcast actually. That was the first, my first appearance in any of this scene. Like
really?
Anything? Yeah.
So where are you from?
You're from here? Yeah, I'm from
But you're
here.
younger.
Yeah, I'm younger. So
yeah. Well, so how old are you? Because
I'm 25.
I thought you were like maybe like late 20s.
Yeah.
And because I don't know, you just fit in. You're more mature like that. You
I try to be. You know,
yeah, you're definitely.
I've always hung out with older people in my life. You know what I mean? I've learned a lot of lessons faster. I feel like, at least with an example, not myself, but
so you would have been in Root Fest 9. That was a few years ago. So
2016, correct? Let me look at it.
Might be, yeah.
Yes.
And that's your first time getting introduced to it all.
Yeah. So that was so. My friend Owen Wilson, I don't know if you know him, but he's a good friend of mine. He was like, "Hey, let's go to this festival." He's from like Russellville, so he's more farther into Adams County or Brown County.
My area, really.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so he's like, "Let's go to this backyard festival thing." And so I'm like, "Okay, cool." I kind of wanted to start going out to music concerts and stuff. I played music my whole life, but I never like got into scenes.
I actually just learned that you play drums.
I'm a multi-instrumentist.
Right.
I played guitar my whole life, but I picked up bass and drums from that, and I think I'm actually better at those two, quite honestly.
The rhythm section.
Yeah. It seems essential. It's simpler for me for some reason.
It's the most important part, though.
It really is. It's crazy. And so, but I came to this festival with him. He suggested it. I wanted to get into the scene and stuff. And so I showed up there. I was like 19, 20 years old at the time. And I don't think I seen you play. I
played early in the afternoon.
That's what it was.
I was like 3:30 spot.
Just a little later. Mm-hmm. And but I seen See You in the Funnies for the first time, and I seen Rootbound for the first time.
Yeah.
And I only seen one song of Rootbound. I seen a bunch of See You in the Funnies, and then I met Travis. I don't know if you know Travis.
Ober.
Yeah.
Well, what is it? Obermeyer?
Obermeyer. Yes.
Yeah.
So that I met him through some weird coincidence of like, some couple fighting, and like we just like was there like, oh wow, this is. Hey, what's up, man? You want to sit here on the side and talk while this happens? And we just had a small conversation, and then like the rest of the night went on. I didn't even see him for the rest of the night, but I seen him at a bar 3 months later after this whole festival experience.
Right.
And then that's where like, boop, I started popping in on all these different people that I met at this. Like basically everybody you see around me now was at this festival, and I didn't meet them there. I met them later. Throughout my life because of one festival experience.
It's crazy, man.
That's kind of what the whole Rock of the Vineyard thing. I was kind of getting that like things like that existing.
Well, it will happen like
is
that.
What that's about. Like a young person just seeing things and experiencing things, want to be a part of things, and then manifesting that destiny that we're just talking about. That's super cool. It's super cool, man.
Yeah.
And so I want to show. I got this video. I want to talk to you about. You sent it to me in a nice. Fancy message. I loved it.
Yeah. So I guess the reason this video is a good thing to talk about now is because of the new video that's coming out.
Yes. So there's a new video with the same guy that did it, right?
Same guy. Mark Mole.
Yeah, which I've never heard his name or anything about him.
He's from
so I would love to
Louisville.
Know. Okay, then that's why. I love the concept. Like it's. So
we were young, man.
Yeah, this is 2008.
And he's the same age as me, I believe, maybe a couple years younger. And so we were all in our early 20s.
Yeah. Man, this looks good for that time, too, man.
He created all this, man. This is all him. His idea was to kind of have me the focal point of self-destruction, I guess. And obviously... You'll find continuity issues and things like that.
Oh, yeah, of course. It's just having fun there,
and
man.
my look back then, I mean, this is all wild times, man. My 20s it was strictly party and rock, sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
Hey,
the definition of it.
And
with that band, I mean, we got to go a lot of places.
Yeah, dude, you got a really cool classic, like, mid-2000s sound, man. Like, your voice really good. Like, I forgot to say that. Like, it's very, like, I don't hear many people that can sing like that. You know, actually, I hear people do, there's a lot of different variations of rock, but, like, this is, like, a very pinnacle, like, sound that you got, man. It's really
I developed it just from singing everybody else's stuff. I mean, I grew up singing classic rock, and then I got into the Stained and Tool and Hurt and those bands that have, and like Hurt had that growl and I learned how to develop that.
Yeah.
But it's still my voice.
Yeah,
so anytime I cover a
exactly.
song, I do my own version of it.
Yeah, which I guess, I mean, dude, like, your originals are, you know, crafted. They're very different than, like, that music. Though.
You know, somebody told me the other day, they're like, well, and I get this all the time because it does come from a dark place.
Yeah.
And my music is not for everybody. And I don't think anybody's music is for everyone. I don't think it's possible.
No, absolutely.
And yeah, I do, you know, my lyrics can get dark at times. They're a reflection of what I'm going through. And they help me deal with it. So
yeah,
I'm sure everybody that writes has that. I try to write fun songs too.
Dude, literally, me and Cam were just talking on the podcast about that. Like, because we make, I don't know if you've seen any of our films. Mm-hmm. Very dark. We make very, very dark. I'll show you after the podcast.
Josh has told me some.
Yeah, I'll show you after the podcast. There's some very, very dark stuff. Fucked up situations, and I mean, I feel like that avenue of venting those, whether they're your situations or not, whether they're someone else's.
This part right here in the video is kind of fucked up. Because he's carrying me out of the bar. You know, and we did this in Lynchburg, Ohio. And then I'm the driver.
Oh, man.
And you can see, like, Bub shake his head. Like, because obviously I fought over this. I'm like, I'm driving, fuckers. I don't care how fucked up I am. And then we pull off. But it was cool, man. It was the first and only time I've ever filmed a music video up until this new one that's coming out. I think people are going to be thoroughly impressed with
what a circle of life, man.
And the same guy over 10 years later.
Seeing this, I can only imagine what he's going to do. He's going to be able to do.
He's got some new equipment, filmed in 6K.
Yep.
And right there, he's bumping the camera, like with his hand to get that effect.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. I hate this part because of the shoes, like my pants leg and stuff rolled up, but it's just stuff. We were rushing it, and we're young, man. We're learning.
Hey, man, that's cool though, man. And we've learned to learn how to be patient and like take those extra steps. Try to hold on, that messed up. Let's do this.
I think that there was so much. Man.
This looks good. Like this is I mean, so like 2008.
And the door, like I'm walking in, but then there's nobody there.
That's all.
Because I'm standing there.
No, that's cool. That's cool though. Because I get it. I feel the concept.
Yeah.
And that's cool though, man. I mean, it's, you know, like you said, you guys were in your
By the way,
20s.
if people want to, I don't know if it's a shameless plug or not, but go to my YouTube channel and subscribe.
Yes. Yeah. Neal,
just search
right?
Jeremy Neal.
Jeremy Neal.
Yeah.
J Neal.
And I'm always been conflicted of using J Neal or Jeremy Neal. So a lot of times you'll find my songs will say J Neal, just the letter J. But I think there's over 300 videos on there.
Yeah, and either way, I noticed it pops up when I was searching around for you.
Yeah, you'll find it.
So that's cool, though. This is like a circle kind of of life, like with this guy coming back. You said you did one video.
Here's the thing. That video was a project for him. So he contacted Bub back then, the bass player, and said, hey, I got a project. I really like your guys' music. So it was $0 to us.
Yeah.
It cost us nothing to do it. So that was all free. And
just like what you guys are doing.
And now it's back around. He has a project. He's got all this new equipment. It's another
same deal.
Exact same.
It's basically practice for what he's about to be running to do. Yeah.
And he does commercials, movies, stuff. You know.
Yeah,
same stuff
I know the game. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know exactly how it works, man.
And I love it. I love film. I wish I would dove in more into it.
Oh man, it's never too late, man.
Right.
Especially in film, man. Like
even behind the scenes stuff. Like okay, so I don't know if I can do the acting as much, but
think of the biggest, most pinnacle director ever. Like literally has made the biggest, craziest film set design.
Like your Spielberg or something.
Close. Next name. James.
Oh, for real, Cameron.
He started directing films like in his, I think, 40s.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because he was like a truck driver and he went to this college.
I didn't know that, dude.
Yeah, he went to this college, and after they taught film and stuff like that. And after their sessions, he would just be there dropping stuff off, and he would just go in and mess with the equipment and learn. He learned to college himself while not going to college. But then, I started directing after that. And it's so crazy, like, especially with that line of work. Like, you can always develop a craft for images in your, because you do it in your head anyways. Like, that,
well, and that's like lyrically, that's
visualizing.
So when we came up with Gold Video, we were looking for location was key.
Yes.
And so in December, my grandma passed from COVID. She got sick in November, which is when I quit drinking, and I knew and I'll tell you the story about me quitting weed. But before I get into that, this is the crazy thing.
Yeah.
She passed. I stopped drinking. I want clarity. I want to find myself, like, just thinking. Then Mark reaches out to me in, like, January. Calls me up after via email and wants to do this. And I'm like, okay, now I got 5 songs that I'm thinking about. Which ones do I want to do? And then as I'm pondering over all that, he's thinking locations. Well, we had Louisville, where he's from. What's it called? It was the Insane Asylum, the big famous one.
Okay, yeah.
And Haunted or whatever and all that. And I was like, oh man, I've always wanted to do that. I've always wanted to film something in that. And didn't pan out. And I was like, well, you know what? Let's do it on my grandparents' farm. I said, so my grandparents had a picture taken of an aerial footage of their entire farm, and I sent him that, and he's like, man, that looks really cool. We could probably do a lot there. So then I had to think of the song, and Gold has just always stood out to me because it's about, my passion for music and appreciation for the fans and just my love for it. And I was like, well, this would be a perfect opportunity to do that.
Sold or Gold?
Gold.
Okay.
Yeah, which when I wrote Gold, it was actually Sold Part 2.
Okay.
And then I changed the entire song around, and because Sold, the lyrics, it's too late, I'm already sold, once a saint, but I don't have a soul, or something like that.
Yeah, I think that's my favorite.
That's Sold. And then Gold is, turn your waste into gold, the only way to survive is to sell your soul. Wow. So it was like a part 2 of Soul. Yeah. It was 2 different songs.
From the same realm,
Yeah, lyrically. And so that was, I was like, let's go with Gold. We'll do it. And then since Gold paints the picture with the lyrics, let's just shoot content of me being on the farm where I grew up and get me playing in the barn and
I can already I already have an idea.
I've posted some stills of it, which I'm assuming by the time this is out, the video will be out already. So
yeah,
I can't wait to see it because I've seen a little footage, and we had really good luck that day because it was hot, sunny, so we got to capture the midday stuff. Then the storm rolls in, and we got an old car. It's in the back,
Rustic
an old car, and it rained. And it was storming. I was like, we fucking busted ass and hurried to get so we could film during the storm, and stuff like that. So
that's awesome, man.
Just timing and luck and things like that. And
that's all it is, man.
It was 2 guys, me and him, and we didn't need no big crew, nothing. Let's just do it and have fun with it.
I got a similar story, man, and this is really cool retrospectively. Like, so basically, it's the same scenario. We're filming at night. We're filming this movie. It's called Moonlight Hour. We're filming at night. There's a fight scene in it. And so we had an idea that it would start raining during this fight scene, right? We didn't know how. We had things that we were going to do.
You could do it, yeah.
We were going to make
pull
fake,
it off.
We were going to make fake rain. Yeah, we had like a tube and it's all set up, water and stuff.
A lot of work.
Yeah,
unnecessary.
We were going to do that.
It does rain.
But we were filming. We got to the part where it was like, okay, it's about time for the rain. Miraculously, it starts raining.
It's crazy, man.
And it rained for the entire duration that we filmed for that part, and then it stopped as we were like, all right, we're done with that. And then we ended up making that fake rain too. We ended up doing that too. We had to do that too. Just pick up shots.
It's things like that I was never a believer in God. My family's very Christian, and I guess in my opinion now is that it's arrogant to say you're 100% sure either way. I think if you say there's absolutely no or absolutely yes, it's arrogant.
You gotta be open.
You have to be open-minded and you just gotta fucking go with the motions and live your life until you're dead, and you'll find out then.
Literally.
Stop worrying about it. And stop telling people you know what it is. You know what I mean?
Man, very true. One more thing I really wanted to hit on you with, man. Like, and you kind of touched on it earlier when you were talking about having with the story about your friend that ended up doing the Super Bowl for Beyonce. Having like
the manifestation of it.
Yeah, and
seeing it happen.
But you talked about how you were like very supportive of it, and like you're like, oh, there's envy and stuff like that, but like
that's human nature.
Something I've noticed about you too, and like you just trying to be a more genuine person. It seems like, and your character and what you're trying to push out as like what your image is that you're very supportive of like just basically like anything that you actually like when you like, oh hey, I like that, you try to support it and spread it and push it out, and I appreciate that with what I'm trying to do.
I do that with you guys, and anything I respect and I think is true talent, and I see people working hard, and I'm lately in the last few months, obviously I'm trying to do promotions for small businesses, and
I've seen that.
Some that sponsor me and some that don't. I still either way I want to support them because that's what makes the world go round right now. It is crucial, and everybody knows obviously with what's happened over the last year, it's crucial that we continue to support them.
Absolutely.
And now it's like they're struggling to find people to work for them. For whatever reasons. And it's always political bullshit. And I'm an independent free thinker, man. I don't get on either side of it. I'm right down the middle, and I think my own way. And I don't need anybody to influence that. And yes, I do my best to support and show my support and get other people to do the same. So a lot of times, people might not even know that, if I post something, you see it. But I'll actually send DMs to, and share other people's stuff, just like I would my own. And just try to reach them. And if it gets you one or two people listening or looking, then that's good. And, there's no bad in that. So.
Absolutely. And I wanted to say, man, too, like, also, like, and you said it there, like, you want other people to do it.
Yeah. It's what it takes.
You've done that, like, just like, as me as an example, like, I seen you do that. I kind of was like, man, like, doing what I'm doing, like, I need to share and try to promote and do the same exact thing, because that's what this
how many people don't, though, and that's
so many,
and it's like, but you're spending all this time. You can look at their phone and see how much time they're on it, and I'll just see
my phone
I might get 100 views in an hour or something, and I've seen one like, one share. I'm like, you guys all just watched it. All you had to do was share it, or just tell somebody about it.
Take a second to.
It doesn't. It's not that. It's not that they're careless about it. It's just. Maybe it's desensitized to it, and you're just in the habit of doing what you already do, and you don't. It just feels like you're going out of your way.
It's selective too, I believe. I believe people are very selective with what they decide.
But I really consider it. Like, I see somebody doing something that I'm
an any and everything guy.
And even if I don't particularly like, it's not something I'm into. If I see you working hard and you're actually busting your ass doing something, then I want to help support that, period.
Yeah, and I was just talking on our podcast to Steve about Steve Mages, which he makes pop country music, and I was like, I'm not the biggest fan of the genre of music, but I appreciate the grind and like what you're doing, and dude, some of your songs are kind of catchy.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, and that's what it's about. It's about just supporting each other. Inevitably, because that's what kind of creates a community for people that people want to support that kind of shit. Anyways.
You haven't, I'm sure, but you had Sunday. Have you had Sunday drives on here? You've had Nick.
No, I haven't had.
And his brother. Or you guys are on.
I had Nick and Mike. Yeah, I have not had Adam on.
Got to get Adam.
And Nick.
Adam is one of my favorite people. In life, in the entire world that I've ever met. Seriously, there's something special about that guy, and I've always been a open and very big supporter of what he does. I think his style is unique and his drive is different, and the way he writes, I think he's very creative, and I respect that dude. And on another note, we are working on a collaboration Gold, where he writes his own verse.
That's awesome.
So after the music video is released and we push it for a little while, we'll do a little remix coming after that.
That's awesome.
I've talked about that on social media a few times, but
that's very cool.
Yeah, you should definitely get him on the podcast.
And I trust me, I am definitely trying. I've reached out.
Adam, come on, brother.
We gotta talk.
I'm telling you, man.
But and he might come on before
you're killing it, by the way. 29 episodes in.
I'm in, man. I'm in this. I did. I think it was like 12 or 13 at the Vineyard.
Wow.
It was work. That's for
sure. Man, because it honestly, it's harder, in my opinion, to interview someone than be interviewed.
I gotta think all the questions.
I like just sitting here having questions to answer, but coming up with questions sometimes
it's kind of hard. I write some stuff down. I have some little chicken trash notes. But I
had some. Even me, I was like, I had some talking points in my phone that I looked over them a few times and Just they're in my head.
Hit them when it feels right, and that's what it is. You can have this stuff, but like we're saying, man, we're trying to be genuine.
But
too.
we're podcast fans. We watch some of the best. We're Rogan fans and all these other guys that are out there just killing it.
Who did I name outside?
Tyson, Steve-O.
It's Tyson, Steve-O.
I think Jake Paul does he have a podcast?
Logan Paul.
Logan, Logan. Yeah, not Jake.
It's fine. Like you said, like that's what most is about. Changing and progression and supporting each other. And, making it better.
Yes, go support. Right now, I just want to say, like we just talked about.
Shout out to people, yeah, man. We'll end up with some shout outs.
Obviously, Sunday Drives. You what you're doing, if you're not checking out this podcast, dope ass room, killing it. Plenty of people are coming in.
That's
awesome.
I'm working on more.
Adam Lee, get your ass in here, brother. Seriously, I know you got stories, probably better than mine. And Josh Kennelty, my cousin, has done so much for me since we were kids till now. Go support him and Ghost Mountain. See you in the funnies, those guys. Of course, we all know them. But do people a favor, man. And when you go and you see their videos pop up, send it to someone or share it on your page. Write something about it. If you enjoy it, let people know. It's really not hard, and it doesn't take any time out of your day. It's literally seconds.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. I 100% agree with that. I'm trying to get better at that myself.
Yeah, we all need to.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to set an example with what I do, because I know, I didn't used to do that.
Yeah.
And now I make it a point to.
You're very
It's
good
just
example,
part of my
man.
day. It's part of my list of things to do, is go and support someone's small business, a person, someone that's doing something really cool and they're passionate about it. Then you share it.
Dude, absolutely. I 100% agree with that. And Jeremy, thank you so much, man,
brother.
for coming on. Dude,
Seriously, man. Thank you
awesome,
for having me.
man.
Sorry for the delay, but I'm here, and I can't wait till this comes out.
Appreciate you.
Check out Gold music video. It's probably already out.
It's gonna be out, man. Well, it'll be there.
Yeah.
Dude, thank you very much. This been Talking to Me, Talking to You. You guys have a good one.